Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm JP, and today we have another round of awesome Steam deals to go through together. Every game is either at a brand new low or at least matching a previous low, and every game is either $10 or less. Now that means you can shop with confidence knowing that you're not breaking the bank and you're getting the best deal possible. As always, you know I appreciate you being here. If you enjoy the video, drop a like, share it around, and let's dive in. Alright, and we'll start with the ULTROS. Now, if you're in the mood for something trippy and atmospheric, ULTROS is a wild ride. You're stuck in this cosmic loop on the sarcophagus, a living alien world that's equal parts terrifying and beautiful. The art is vibrant and psychedelic, the combat is tight and deliberate, and then it flips the vibe completely by letting you literally plant gardens and grow life inside this surreal environment. Now with the looping gameplay mechanic, every run uncovers new paths, new secrets, and upgrades. It's not just a game, it's a strange, meditative sci-fi experience that should give you about 11 to 12 hours. And right now you can grab it for just $6.24, a brand new low, and the deal ends on the 11th. Alright, and next is TROVER Saves the Universe from the creators of Rick and Morty. This one is pure, ridiculous comedy with some combat and platforming thrown in for good measure. You and Trover, a lazy purple eye-hole monster, are tasked with saving the universe from a lunatic who, let's just say, is misusing your dogs. Now the gameplay is fun but lighthearted, the puzzles are silly, and Trover never shuts up with a commentary. And of course that's half the fun, but think of like when Rick Sanchez is just going on a rant, but for the whole game. Now it is a shorter one at about 5 to 8 hours, it's very weird and packed with absurd humor like I mentioned, but beyond all that, it's actually a surprisingly good game. And right now you can grab it for just $7.49. The deal ends on the 4th. Streets of Rage 4 is the latest installment in the legendary Beatemup franchise. And of course with part 4 they've nailed that old school arcade feel while bringing us gorgeous hand-drawn visuals, new mechanics, and an absolutely fire soundtrack featuring legends like Yuzo Koshiro and Yoko Shimomura. Now you can play solo or in co-op online or with up to 4 players locally. Whatever way you go, you have 12 stylish stages to smash your way through, plus you can unlock pixel versions of the old school roster and even play with the retro soundtracks. Again, this is pure arcade fun with just the right amount of modern polish, and right now it's marked down to just $8.74, a brand new low, and the deal ends on the 4th. Alright, and next we have Evil Tonight. Now this one is for the survival horror fans. The game drops you into an abandoned performing arts school crawling with monsters and a dark history. You play as Sylvia, an exorcist who doesn't really scare easily, and you'll be solving puzzles, managing scarce resources, and fighting grotesque creatures and bosses along the way. The pixel art is gorgeous, the lighting is moody, and it really does feel like a love letter to classic horror games with a bit more action to keep you on your toes. Now you should get about 4 to 7 hours of gameplay from the pickup, and right now it's just $9.74, matching an all-time low, and the deal ends on the 10th. Arranger, a role-puzzling adventure, is one of those games that just feels fun and fresh to play. Now in this one you play as Gemma, a misfit exploring a world frozen by static, and the whole game plays out on this shifting grid where moving yourself also moves the world around you. It's clever, lighthearted, and filled with small, thoughtful puzzles, with a charming art style, breezy storytelling, and some optional challenge if you want it. It's a cozy little game with a unique mechanic that's unlike most other games out there, and you should get about 6 to 8 hours of gameplay. Right now it's just $7.99, and the deal ends on the 3rd. Alright, and now we have The Night of the Rabbit. Now this is a classic data-lick point-and-click adventure game, and it's all about storybook charm. You follow Jerry, a boy who dreams of becoming a magician, as he stumbles into the magical world of Mousewood. Now it starts off whimsical but slowly shifts into something way darker with mystery, bittersweet storytelling, and of course lots of puzzles that you'll have to solve along the way. Now the game is about 20 hours long, but it's a great adventure that feels like falling into a fairy tale with a bit of a sinister edge to it. Right now you can pick it up for just $1.99. The deal ends on the 6th, or you can grab it as part of the Datalick Adventure Bundle for just $2.99, which includes a few other games as well. Up next is Berserk Boy, and if you love fast, flashy retro platformers, this one is a blast. Now you play as a rookie hero who transforms with orb powers, zipping through levels, chaining together combos and going full anime style with special attacks that only get better and more intense as you go along. It's very much like Mega Man and Sonic Mania kind of mashed together, and fun fact, the soundtrack was actually done by the composer of Sonic Mania and Streets of Rage 4, and so it all kind of makes sense and ties together. Now it is a shorter game at about 4 to 5 hours, but the replay value is pretty high, and it is one of those action platformers that just oozes style and energy, and right now you can grab it for $10 even, matching an all-time low, and the deal ends on the 8th. Dungeons of DREADROCK 2: The Dead King's Secret. Now this is a compact but clever dungeon crawling puzzle game where you'll be working your way through ancient caverns, solving grid-based puzzles, and dodging traps while you try to outsmart your enemies. Now it's tough but fair, and it has that classic aha feeling that you get when you crack a solution, and the story layers on some mystery about the Dead King and your holy quest. Now it isn't a very long game at about 4 to 6 hours. It's tightly designed though and very satisfying if you enjoy puzzle adventure games with a bit of grit and teeth to them. Right now you can grab part 2 for $9.74. However, there is a bundle that packages both part 1 and part 2 together for just $8.19. Now both deals end on the 6th, but I would definitely go with the bundle. Alright, and next is MINDCOP, which is a detective game with a bit of a twist. Now you've got 5 days to solve a murder in a quiet town, and every choice will eat up some of your time. You can question suspects, investigate, or literally dive into their mind to puzzle out hidden thoughts. It's stylish and non-linear, and it puts you under constant pressure with that ticking clock, and there's multiple endings for replay value as well. If you like whodunits with mind-bending detective mechanics, this is a standout indie gem that should give you about 4 to 5 hours of gameplay, and right now it's just $7.49, a brand new low. The deal ends on the 12th. DECARNATION is a surreal psychological horror set in 1990s Paris, where you play as a struggling cabaret dancer who finds herself pulled into a nightmare. Now it blends puzzles, exploration, and horror minigames with a dreamlike atmosphere. The art is eerie, the soundtrack features Silent Hill's composer, and the story digs into themes of trauma and identity. It's dark and unsettling, and it sticks with you long after the credits roll. Now it should take about 5 to 7 hours to work your way through, and right now it's just $4.94, matching an all-time low. The deal ends on the 14th. Alright folks, and now for our new release, Davy Jones. Now this is one of the freshest takes on pirate lore in a long time. You play as Davy Jones himself, literally split into a headless body and a wisecracking skull. Now together you're trying to escape the afterlife known as the Locker. It's a first-person action-adventure game with sword fights, guns, and grappling hooks, and even a living whale ship named Abby that acts as your home base. Every fight has risk and reward choices, and the world itself is this surreal pirate underworld floating on a sea of clouds. Now do keep in mind it is a early access game, so it does need some work, but it does have a solid foundation, and I can see it being a really fun game. The normal price is $9.99, but there is a 34% discount right now, so you can grab it for just $6.59, and that deal ends in a couple days on the 4th. Alright folks, and here are some other deals to check out while you're already browsing around on the Steam store. Alright everyone, that wraps up the video. Thank you as always for hanging out. Did any game catch your attention? Let me know down below. If you enjoyed the video or you found it helpful, hopefully we earned a subscription today. Please remember to leave a like on it, share it around, and I'll catch you on the next one.